Hey everyone, Coach Investor here with another video for you today. And today's video is not going to be about a disruptive or innovative company, but we're going to talk about the casino stocks, like I talked about the cruise stocks just 2 days ago. If you haven't watched that, please go watch it right here if you're interested in that. There's huge potential, but a high risk as well. And same thing with the casino stocks. As we all know, the house always wins. So let's hope that we can win with the house as well. Before I get into this video, if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe now's the time to hit that subscribe button. And if you like those videos, maybe leave it an early thumbs up, as it really helps me out grow the channel and get my videos out there. So without further ado, let's look at the graphs. Right, so first up we have WYNN Resorts. We can see here that their support line has been respected perfectly, right at around about $70 mark or so. As we've seen with the cruise lines, casino stocks have also risen to their short-term top in early June, but quickly went down to that support line right here, then went back up and then down. You can see a pattern through the, I think also the airline stocks follow almost the same pattern as the cruise and casino stocks. But as of now, we've reached a resistance point at $90 for WYNN. That's why it went a bit down like this. Again, this is before the market opens on Monday, so the stock might go back down a little bit or might test that $90 mark again. For me, like I've said in my previous videos, WYNN is my least favorite casino stock. My best one, which is the one I am actually holding, is MGM, and closely behind that is Las Vegas Sands, and then WYNN and all the other casino stocks. But again, for a longer term, we can see that the stock was at $152 or so. If you have patience and can wait 2 to 3 years, I wouldn't see why this stock wouldn't go back to those all-time highs, because at the end of the day, the house always wins. Casinos revenues are crazy. When everything will be going back to normal, I would expect their revenues to be back to their all-time highs, maybe in 2021, early 2022. Next up, we have MGM, which is the casino stock I'm holding. I actually sold some of my positions right at around about this price right here, $18.80 or so, because again, I wanted to invest more into Tesla. If the stock goes back down, let's say to the $18 mark, then I will be re-adding to that position, because again, I feel MGM could be one of the best casino stocks in the next coming years. They have so much more than just the casinos. They have their convention halls, events such as boxing, UFC, and many more, that the revenue can come from there. As for future potential gains, this one will not be like the others where you can double or triple or quadruple your investment, because the highest point of this stock was right at around $33 or so. It's still a nice little gain of around about, from the price today, 50 to 60% gains, which is very nice. That's why this position is even smaller than my cruise stock positions. We can see that it supported the uptrend line up until this point, when it went down and actually broke support of $16. Went down for 2 days or so, then we went back up, and now we're above that uptrend line at the area of $21, $22 or so. Everything under that uptrend line, I would say, is a good opportunity to buy, especially above, just under that 19, above that $18 mark or so. I will be looking to add more. And lastly, maybe one that I regret not opening a position is Las Vegas Sands, because again, one of the reasons why I wanted to buy Las Vegas Sands is because there were talks of them buying WYNN because of the whole financial situations. WYNN was not well positioned. Las Vegas Sands was very well positioned and have a lot of exposure in China and Singapore, which is one of the reasons why I think this stock will lead the recovery of casino stocks, because while Singapore and Macau are the ones that are already reopening, I think to 25% capacity or so. So for the next quarter's earnings, we can see a, let's say, better than expected earnings report rather than what we've seen for our last quarter. But same thing here, the stock went up like everyone else beginning of June, then went back down to their support right around $44 or so, went back up, tested that support line again, and then made its way to its short-term resistance, which is at around about $51 or so. It failed, went back down. I would say this price right here where it's at today is also a nice little support, because you can see it always, or it failed to break that, or it always started from that line we're at today. So same thing here, if it breaks that $51, I would say start consolidating right here to form a base and then eventually go back up. If not, then we would see the stock lingering around those prices, but that support right here will hold for sure, because I don't see any more bad news, because even in Las Vegas some casinos have already reopened, so the revenue will just improve from the last quarters. Alright, so as we've seen on the graphs, we've seen that most of the casinos stocks have jumped double digits in recent days. And why is that? Well, because Macau was in the news in a good way for casino stocks today. The biggest winner was MGM, which will not only benefit from the increase in Macau visitors, it also has a new investor as well. So MGM stock was up as much as 25% before closing up 13.8%. That was August 10th, so 1 week or so ago. So what actually happened? We can see here the Macau government announced individual visit scheme. Visas will resume for residents from Zhuhai in China starting on Wednesday. According to the new rules, visitors must present a negative COVID-19 test from the past 7 days and have a green health code to get a visa. This is seen as a potential precursor to opening travel from the all-important Guangdong province, which accounted for nearly 3/4 of Macau's visitors. Obviously, the restrictions to and from Macau have hammered the region's gambling revenue, which is down at least 93% in each month from April through July. That's why most of the quarterly earnings were so bad. Even a small recovery in gambling revenue would be welcome news for Macau's casino stocks. Now, as for MGM Resorts, it will benefit from more business in Macau, but the bigger news was Interactive Corp announcing a 12% stake in the gambling company. The company's chairman, Barry Diller, said he thinks that online gambling is going to be a huge opportunity and MGM has the potential to be a big player. Now, obviously, I was also surprised by this. Investor may be surprised to learn that MGM is already one of the biggest online gambling companies in the United States, with the BetMGM app and its casinos and sports books. The online gambling business is still a fragmented business right now, but MGM has the opportunity to leverage its brand to grow in the segment, and that's one of the reasons Diller sees so much upside. Now, obviously, we all know with the stay-at-home and the travel ban and travel restrictions, if you have an online presence like we've seen with e-commerce stocks, you are going to get huge gains from the market and future revenues, because, well, people like to stay at home and do what they can do from their couch, especially gamblers. Online gambling is a huge market. We've seen that with most of the online gambling companies. Their revenues was not that much affected because, well, you can gamble from your couch wherever you are. You don't have to go to Macau or Las Vegas or Singapore to gamble. You just have your phone and that's it. All right, so to conclude, like I said, it's a high risk, high reward strategy. Casinos will eventually come back, especially if they go into the online gaming segment like we've seen with MGM. They will generate billions and billions of dollars in the future, and I think casinos are something that will probably never go bankrupt unless something drastically changes, but still people like to gamble. People like to imagine them being very rich just by pulling a jackpot or putting their money on red and suddenly they've doubled their money or something like that. That's actually the strategy for this stock as well. You put it on one of the three and hope for the best. That's what I did in March. That's why it's just a small portion of my portfolio, because I can handle the risk, but I hope I will be able to get a reward at the end of the day. And yeah, that will be it for this video. If you liked it, consider leaving a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe now is the time to hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments below. I always answer to everyone. And as always guys, take care, stay safe, and see you all in the next video. Bye bye.